Hey everybody, so we're doing more winter containers today, and I thought I'd just sort of walk you through so you can see how they come together. I think most of it's going to be fairly self-explanatory, so I won't like narrate the whole thing. I only have plans for 2, but if I get time to do the other ones, we're going to kind of improvise on putting those together. But the way I prioritize containers is I do the ones that I want to look, that I care about the most first, because then sort of the leftovers go in the other ones. So we're on the window box today. You can see that I have already put the ring in here. If you watched my last winter container video, you know the ring has been a bit of a thing. This is one of the rings, the steel rings that we actually had made. So you can watch that video. I'll put a link to it and a card here for you. You can watch that video for more information on the story of the rings and how I put the lights on and all that stuff. I don't want to repeat that. But I think everything else you're just going to see coming together. It's fairly self-explanatory, but sometimes I think it's helpful to see how the process works. So let's get at it.
Whoa, oh, oh. Da, 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 oh, oh. Da, 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 oh, oh. Da, 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 da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and me.
Okay, so I don't have any of the lights plugged in yet, but I thought we'd just quick talk through what all happened here. So obviously I put the lights around the ring, we got the ring in, and then I went in with the yellow twig dogwood, which I sort of spread out across the ends. I was hoping to I'm trying to get most of them to stand mostly upright, which is why if you saw me sort of cutting off some of the angled ones, that's why. And I did go inside to check to make sure we can still see out the window. And by the time you get up to the tips, it's actually just kind of a nice glow. Oh, and then before I did any of that, I put just a plain old white string of lights behind there. This is why I keep all my old kind of junky looking lights, just to light up the ring from the bottom. Again, same concept as the container I did the other day by the front door. Get that lit from within look. And then I just went in with the Frasier fir, more of that. And then I put in some magnolia. So I sort of didn't plan this a lot, but I ended up doing the same materials that I had done in the container by the front door. And this is just about, I don't know, 20 feet away from that. So actually the whole front of the house, at this point anyway, has the same thing going on. And I really like that matches. So Frasier fir, magnolia. I put in another string of those lights. They're called cherry lights. I'll put a link to them in the description so that because a couple of people asked about them. And they look like little white balls when they're not on, and when they are, and it's just that really nice soft glow. They're a ceramic thing. And then I went in with some pine cones. I got these really nice fat pine cones, which is good. I've only ever had smaller pine cones, and the big pine cones, you need that when you're this far away from it, I think. And then the one thing I would say is that I did make sure to, most of the Frasier fir, the first layer of it, went in upside down, because Frasier fir is kind of lighter on the back side than it is on the front side. So I put those in upside down because you're really seeing this, since this window box is mounted so high off the ground, you really see it from underneath as much as you see it from the front. And that's also why I didn't worry about how, like, when you got the overhead shot, you'll notice that there's still some foam showing in there. Doesn't matter, there's no angle at which you see that. Even if you're looking out the window, you don't see that because you see past that. So we're really just worried about sort of under and straight on. And then so when I put the lights in, I made sure to come back with the lights and work them underneath so that it's not just on the front, because that's where you're going to be seeing it. And I think that's probably the most important point if you're doing a window box, is to pay attention at the angle at which people see it. If you've got a window box on a second story window, you really have to be worried more about what's on the front and bottom of it than anything that's in the top of it, really, unless it's going to be really big. And then I thought about coming in here with, I have a whole bunch of red faux berries, a layer of those, but I actually like this sort of muted palette a little bit more, and I think it matches better this way with the with the box by the front door. So that's why I stopped. I can always go in, and it's really easy to add those in, so it's no problem to do that. So now I just have to have Mr. Much More Patient comes in here and puts all the lights into like an electrical box thing that I tuck into the corner of this. So he's going to plug that all in. And I did spray the magnolia, by the way, with Wilt Stop by Bonide, because it's not going to last super long, but maybe that'll help a little bit. And I think it'll look good. I mean, one of the things that we don't have an issue with here is that it's typically cold enough that our evergreens, any evergreens we put outside, they last for months. Often I don't take them out of the containers until like March, and they're still looking fine. I mean, they're a little dry, but they still look fine. So, so I don't worry too much about the evergreens, but of course, you know, the magnolia is southern magnolia, not really meant for Wisconsin. So that's the window box, but I am burning daylight again. I always think I'm going to get more done than I do, so I got to move on to the next one quick.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me.